Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a 1v1 matchup taken from the playtest, well, the PTR. And this is going to be a game, well, with my friend ToD. If you guys don't know who ToD is, Four Kings ToD, also known as YoanM, is a professional, or was a professional Warcraft 3 player out of France, and then transitioned into StarCraft 2, and then after StarCraft 2, he does now do a lot of casting for ES. Well, he does a lot of casting. All right, I'll just leave it at that. I was fortunate enough to meet ToD, back at MLG Anaheim in 2011, 2012 for StarCraft 2, and I think he was part of Vile Gaming back then, and well, got to say hi, did an interview with him, and then pretty much parted ways. I don't know if he actually remembers me, but I got and was able to reconnect with him recently on the PTR, and he asked me specifically, are there any games that I am looking for or anything like that? And you know what? I just said, you know what? Let me see some interesting games. And you know, the viewers out there are looking for PTR games. So if you have anything out there that is just a little bit strange, fun, off the wall, definitely include me. So in this particular game, he decided, you know what? I am going to be going, I believe it's Blizzard and Flamestrike. I'll have to double check. I haven't actually seen these games as of yet, but hopefully they are still very entertaining. All right, let's see how things are going to be going down in this particular matchup. This is on Two Rivers. Altar of Kings now going to be added here. We are going to be going up against, most likely, nope, it's going to be a Tavern Hero. All right, Test Ricket opening up with a Tavern Hero. You can see the delayed on this Altar of Elders, and it is going to be significantly delayed. It may be even more than 15 seconds before the Altar of Elders is done. Meanwhile, let's take a look back across here. More archers are being added by Test Ricket, and he will be able to uproot and then start dealing damage back across here. Archmage is currently out onto the field. Let's take a look back down across here as well. You can see that there are mana bars on the units as the Archmage, well, nope, Archmage does go for an earlier Water Elemental, so maybe he got his replays mixed up, but so far, just looking to enjoy these games off over here. Archmage going to quickly clear out that Forest Troll Shadow Priest, and then move on his merry way to these Forest Trolls. Now, scout farms are positioned on both sides of the Two Rivers, so you know when your opponent is going to be getting close to you. Water Elemental about halfway done. Archmage could turn around, try to fight back against the Gnoll Warden here, and get some damage with those footmen. You can see that the Gnoll Poacher is right there. There's a Purge right there. A second Water Elemental now dropped, as you see the Archmage now pulling away. Are you going to perhaps be getting a new call to arms? No, not quite yet. It is going to be instead a quick tech to tier 2, as the Archmage makes sure that there is nothing going on across there. All right, last Gnoll Poacher will get taken down. Archmage has level 2. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what hero it is going to be. It is going to be the Goblin Tinker. Tinker, first unit out on the map. You can see the Pocket Factory now just dropping out all of those Clockwork Goblins as well. The Tinker should be able to get to level 2 fairly fast. It is an intelligence-based hero with high armor and also a high amount of strength. So that is something that you're not really expecting on the Goblin Tinker. Already up to 675 hit points. I believe he picked up a Tome of Strength, but has 5 armor like a normal intelligence hero would. If you take a look at this Archmage, no, as a normal agility hero would. So the Goblin Tinker, extremely tanky for that front line. Perhaps one of the reasons why so many players do go for that Goblin Tinker as that third hero. Anyways, Goblin Tinker, there goes that Pocket Factory already. Clockwork Goblin should be heading back off to the north here. Are we going to be looking at any sort of... Nope, no Wisp being added at all, as you see the Pocket Factory or the Clockwork Goblin taking a lot of damage already. All right, there is the engagement, absorbing that damage now. Does explode on death, and with that little explosion on death, does cause AoE damage. Meanwhile, back at the other end of Two Rivers, Archmage going to get to level 3 off of this creep camp. Ogre, Mauler, and Forest Troll Trapper are all that are left, as the Archmage picks up a Wand of the Wind. Now, he still has not set up an expansion yet, which does come as a bit of a surprise to me, since Two Rivers, normally you do go for expansions fairly fast. We are looking at a Town Hall. We are getting that Arcane Vault as well. There is a lot of peasants up on that lumber line right across there, as we're looking at the Archmage now making its way down, perhaps trying to do more creeping still. 3 Mud Golems are going to slow things down, literally, as the Archmage now makes its way across. Is going to be picking up a Tome of Retraining. That is going to be the big question there, as the Goblin Tinker, well, at level 3, we'll see what type of abilities it will have. I don't know if I've seen anything else besides the passive ability, as the Goblin Tinker, yeah, does have +2 attack. So that +2 attack is from that passive ability. I forget what it is called. It gives him passive attacks. The Clockwork Goblins spawn much more quickly, as well as the Goblin Tinker is making its rounds out. Archmage, is he going to pick up a Tome of Retraining? That is going to be an important thing. Meanwhile, we do see a Panda out onto the field. And Goblin Tinker with Panda, well, Breath of Fire can definitely become a problem. All right, Force Troll Warlord taken out there. Is it going to be picking up anything else? No, I haven't seen anything there. We do see Brilliance Aura level 1. No surprises as we're looking at, well, the Arcane Tower now getting some damage back here. Pocket Factory now in play. Clockwork Goblins will be making their rounds out here, as we should be looking at a dual Arcane Sanctum both being built. All right, Clockwork Goblins do explode on death. There is some additional bonus death right there, as there is another death once more. More and more peasants could get taken out here if you are not trying to control the damage here, as you're taking a look at Militia now making their way across. Blood Mage now added as well. So Archmage, Blood Mage is going to be the combination, as we're looking at the Panda and the Goblin Tinker moving out and moving forward. All right, those Militia do need a head back. Scroll of Regeneration quickly used. Breath of Fire blows over some units already, as some more footmen could get taken out. All right, low hit point footman. Is it going to... Well, he is still part of that battle. Flame Strike now being thrown up, as a Water Elemental is, well, getting taken out once more. Footmen do need to back off here. The Flame Strike is dealing some damage. You can see the Clockwork Goblins. The Footman needs to back off here. Sorceress, is that one Footman going to be able to make it away? No, it's not. Blood Mage gets another Flame Strike down, trying to finish off that building there. Meanwhile, the Peasants are now going to join in on the fight, as the Archmage now going to continue to battle it up. Archmage low on mana, not going to be able to do very much, but you do see, well, are the Peasants going to go for a surround? Yes, surround onto the Panda already. That Panda going to get taken down. Great use of Cyclone. Are we going to see another surround here? That is going to be the big question. Are we going to get Sorceress slow? No, we are not. There it does go, as the Goblin Tinker could just easily use a Scroll of Town Portal. No real reason to get us around there. Goblin Tinker down to 350 hit points, trying to get away. A slowed Archer right in front, causing a bit more problems again, as the Militia Archmage. Goblin Tinker down to 178 hit points. Is it going to be able to escape? That is the question now, as the Archer is trying to go in and going to throw herself onto a Water Elemental in order to save that Goblin Tinker. Now, back at the other end, there is a Wisp here. No Tree of Life as of yet. Supply counts. I don't know any supply counts at all, because, well, they did not update the replay ability here on the playtest realm. But we are going to be looking at, well, Goblin Tinker now dropping in another Pocket Factory. Goblin Tinker a little bit gung-ho here, trying to put in a lot of pressure. As you can see that the Clockwork Goblin is now just going to go ahead and try and engage up against this Arcane Sanctum. Now the units are pretty much stuck in a pretty bad spot right there. Not going to be able to really survive. There are some detonations or explosions there, as you now see the Blood Mage sitting at level 2 with a Ring of Regeneration. No Siphon Mana. No Siphon Mana from that Null Warden. Perhaps it was still on cooldown, as we could be looking at, well, an expansion attempt now. Okay, Sorceresses, Spellbreakers. We are now getting some additional Scout Towers. Keep being upgraded, or no, not upgraded, the Arcane Tower now being upgraded here. No sign of tier 3, as the Blood Mage makes its way off to the corner now. All right, there is some attacks. Are we going to see some ensnares? Yes, we are. There's an ensnare. There's another Water Elemental getting into position. You can see all of that damage right there. Is this Sorceress going to be able to survive? No, it is not. Going to take a lot of damage right there. There's some Siphon Mana away. That Sorceress is somehow still alive, holding on to its life, as you see the Forest Troll High Priest losing a lot of mana once more. Priest trying to stay alive. Is that Sorceress going to get taken down? Yes, it will. Ogre Magi is at level 5. There is another Flame Strike, but meanwhile, at the front door, Goblin Tinkers, Dryads, and Huntresses now here, ready to go. All right, a little bit of poison damage is going to hurt a lot of these units now, as the Pocket Factory going to start dropping in some of those Clockwork Goblins again. You can see the Pocket Factory just doing some damage, but a quick Breath of Fire across multiple Peasants, as those units are still pulling away. Back off to the north, Blood Mage sitting at level 3. We do have a Ring of Regeneration. full Troll Trapper going to get taken out. At the other end, Archmage, is it trying to hire something? I don't believe so. Just a little bit spread out across everywhere. Blood Mage is now sitting at level 3, hasn't used its new ability, does have a Scroll of Restoration, which is incredibly powerful, and an army of Spellbreakers that want to get stronger. A lot of peasants over here working on the side, but a Breath of Fire would quickly take them out, as we're looking at all of these units now getting to regroup. All right, let's take a look at here. Spellbreaker going to get taken out here. There is that Blizzard. Archmage going to retrain the Blizzard, and this, well, we know that he is not talking or playing the most efficient game. This army of Dryads, here going up against Flame Strike and Blizzard. Not necessarily the best strategy when you know that your opponent has a lot of, well, magic immune units. That AoE damage not going to be very useful there, as we see a Scroll of Regeneration or Restoration quickly used to heal across multiple units. That Scroll of Restoration incredibly powerful, as the Panda continuing to push back all of these units here. Mana Flare, there is another Blizzard Flame Strike, and at the very least, well, Blood Mage and the Archmage can try and Flame Strike and Blizzard down the heroes. All right, you can see more damage being dealt across here. The Blood Mage, is he going to get a Flame Strike off? Yes, he will, but it's not going to hit anything important, as we see a Staff of Preservation being used. Goblin Tinker losing a lot of that mana right now. Demon Hunter perhaps would have been a better call here. We'll see if we see a Demon Hunter as a third hero, as AoE is Mana Burn extremely effective against the Archmage and that Blood Mage. Blood Mage does have Gloves of Haste. Ring of Regeneration should probably give the Ring of Regeneration over to the Archmage, who needs to heal up just a bit more. All right, we also see a Fairy Dragon. Well, that Fairy Dragon, is it going to be able to escape? Let's take a look at this. Is it going to try and run away down to 169 hit points? You can take a look. That Fairy Dragon down to 133, as it is still in the midst of a run. All right, let's take a look at this. One more Dryad. Oh, Staff of Preservation saves it. Nicely played by the Night Elf, as we are now getting an expansion here at the southern portion of the map. Night Elf is going to be in a very good spot, especially as ToD is being forced or was asked to play with mass AoE, Blizzard and Flame Strike. Blizzard and Flame Strike extremely ineffective against all of these Dryads, and all we're going to see now is the Goblin Tinker come down here, scout out the expansion location, and know that it is completely open. Panda now up, moving off to over here to the top right. A lot of towers. A priest, perhaps not healing for some strange reason. There you go, finally healing up, as we are now getting that arcane tower damage in. Panda could come across with a big Breath of Fire. There it goes. Arcane Vault taking a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, back at the other end, Blizzard Flame Strike destroying and damaging a lot there. Scroll of Town Portal now coming across. Units are all going to try and run away. And, well, Slow Poison is going to be extremely effective there. No Staff of Sanctuary at all. Are they going to try and fight back? Trying to fight back here, and, well, medium armor is fairly effective, as you see Blizzard just raining down onto all of those units. Breath of Fire coming across, and this is just a massive AoE or massive spell immune army just doing a lot of damage. We are now finally getting in some Riflemen to join in on the fight. Riflemen extremely powerful against those Dryads, but can he get a large number of them to make them actually effective? 29 supply for ToD right now, as he goes back to lick his wounds. He is incredibly behind. No expansion, only down to 31 supply, and it looks like the Night Elf is just sitting on a larger army, but he doesn't want to engage. All right, a little bit of a passive game right here. Once more, is the Archmage perhaps going to try and clear out a relatively difficult creep camp here? Blood Mage is here as well. We should be able to see a Flame Strike. There is a Flame Strike. There are some attacks. We should be looking at Siphon Mana away from the floor with the High Priest. High Priest quickly gets taken out as well. Could Siphon Mana from the Ogre Magi too, as you see the Blizzard just raining down on the Ogre Magi here. Potion of Divinity is incredibly powerful. As you take a look, the Blood Mage now needs to back off. All right, all of the major creep camps pretty much have been cleared. ToD taking out both of the, I guess what I would call the red gold mine creep camps, and we could be looking at a drop now coming into play. Where are these units perhaps going to try and go? All right, units here, ready to go here. Dryads now making their way off to the north. They see all of these units right here, right now. Units now trying to head back over the river. And is there going to be enough workshops in order to protect from all of those dryads? Still sitting at tier 2. Goblin Zeppelin going to straight up drop inside this tree of life here in just a second. Pocket Factory here ready to go. Goblin Tinker has another Scroll of Town Portal. Will be able to get back home quickly as we're looking at the workshop about to be taken down. All right, still just buying time here. Going to go ahead and cancel it. Meanwhile, Blizzard Flame Strike across multiple units. Massive repairs underway. And I guess this is just going to be a constant problem for the Night Elf. The Night Elf has no easy way to protect here. Meanwhile, back off to the north, you can see the Clockwork Goblins trying to finish off this workshop. This workshop, however, well, that workshop going to be massively repaired as the Blood Mage now gets to level 4. All right, pick up, drop back off. You can take a look. A lot of low hit point Wisp. One Flame Strike could easily take them all out. There you go. Gonna go ahead and drop it back down into play once more. Archmage, well, there's the Blizzard now coming down. There's a Flame Strike as well. No easy place to run as the Archmage now trying to head back out. Hippogriff going after the Goblin Zeppelin. Units will have to be dropped back off here in just a moment. Hippogriff most likely gonna stand patrol right here and make sure that the Goblin Zeppelin cannot do any more additional harassment. Archmage sitting at 4. Blood Mage is sitting at 4. Ring of Regeneration, well, it needs a little bit more mana as well. Where is the Archmage going? I do not know, as we are looking at 38 supply over 42. Still low, relatively low on lumber, as the Archmage, what is he going to try and buy? Perhaps a Staff of Teleportation? All right, Goblin Zeppelin up in the air trying to get away. Is he going to buy... No, he's going to buy Staff of Teleportation and a Potion of Invisibility. He should be able to finish taking this out here in just a moment as the Zeppelin is now taken out. Our Night Elf is going to be thinking to himself, hey, you know what? Everything is fine. Everything is good. Wait, no, I am getting Blizzard once more. Now, a lot of the problem is that the Night Elf is looking for an expansion that just is not there. Archmage continuing to rain down Blizzard here. This Tree of Life is taking a lot of damage, and you don't see a Scroll of Town Portal as of yet. Meanwhile, Mordors are now joining in on the fight, and they're going to be able to fight back against all of these Dryads here. You can take a look. Repairs getting underway. Altar of Kings is getting repaired here. Meanwhile, the Panda going to lose a lot of mana, unable to Breath of Fire any longer. And we also see, well, some Druids of the Claw here. Druid of the Claw trying to get away, take some big damage once more. Meanwhile, Archmage down to the bottom has done a lot of damage, and, well, the Wisp, some of them have been taken out. A lone Archmage causing problems, shutting down this expansion here as the Archmage still has plenty of mana. Scroll of Town Portal finally being used here as all the units are trying to back off. Down they go. Meanwhile, Archmage is going to take this opportunity to get the heck out of Dodge City, knowing that the Night Elf was going to be bringing a fight. We are at Tree of Eternity. We are getting, I believe, Mastery Training. No, or we should already be at Mastery Training. Yes, we are already at Mastery Training. Not that much mana, though. Dryads and Bears, but those Bears, how effective can they really be? Archmage heading around the corner, looking to perhaps focus down some more units. Archmage already back up to full mana once again. As you see this gold mine, well, still mining away. I gotta believe that the Night Elf, let's take a look at his army size. Yes, 67, significantly higher, but he is still unable to pull the trigger to commit to a fight. Main gold mines are starting to run low as well, as the Archmage just going to run across inside here. What is he going to do? There's no real Wisp anywhere to be found, and he's just running around in a giant circle. Meanwhile, we are going to be looking at what Druid of the Claw going to come across here. Is he going to get pathed out? Yes, it looks like he will. Archmage now trying to get away. There is a Tome of Strength that was never ever picked up. Archmage, even with those Boots of Speed, having a bit of problem. Just going to go ahead and finally use a Staff of Teleportation to get away again. Archmage going to be healed back up. Blood Mage now finally under the effect of Brilliance Aura, should be in a good spot. Workshop being rebuilt as we are looking at no Arcane Vault. Coming back to the other side. Dryads, Bears now making their way over. You can see Fairy Dragon up in the air still. And this is still two bases to one right now, and the main bases should be mined out here in just a moment. Night Elf is just controlling all of the good mining points at this stage, and there's not much that can be done. Panda does also have a potion of mana, and we'll see how effective that is going to be as we are now, well, supply blocked 47 over 48. All right, a little bit of damage being thrown down right there. Archmage going to be able to finish off this pocket factory here in just a second. There you go. Goblin Tinker now joining on the fight. Are we going to perhaps see Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire? Archmage now needs to perhaps lay down some Blizzard, as we see also Slow going across some of those units. Nope, no Slow. Rifleman just going to be able to easily finish off that Fairy Dragon. There it goes. And if the Archmage gets to level 5, level 3 Blizzard could actually become a problem, at least for the heroes. Blood Mage sitting at 430 hit points. Slowly but surely, you can see more units being added. 50 over 54 supply right now. Mining is at 14 gold a second compared to 10, but in 30 seconds time, this gold mine will be lost. All right, units trying to get away once more. Panda gonna look to perhaps get some Breath of Fire off. Gets a small Breath of Fire, but loses the rest of his remaining mana. Blood Mage does have level 2 Siphon mana, and at level 2 Siphon mana can easily shut down the opposing heroes. Archmage, on the other hand, gets to the other side of the map and is now raining down Blizzard again. There's a Staff of Teleportation. Goblin Tinker gets into the spot, but he does not stick around. He could have easily stuck around, thrown down some more Blizzard, and then stopped any more of that mining. Instead, the Archmage is going to perhaps pick up another potion, Scroll of Healing. I thought maybe perhaps another potion of invisibility, as the Archmage is now going to be teleporting back. All right, Peasants now making their way over here to the top left. Where did the Archmage go? Archmage has regrouped with his army. Rifleman 1-0 upgrades alongside those Mordor teams. 3 Mordor teams, an Archmage, and a Blood Mage. No real front line, but then again, the Night Elf army doesn't have much of a front line aside from these 3 bears. Dryads and Huntresses are extremely vulnerable, and if they can actually force a fight on the bridge, that would be beautiful, to say the least. All right, Dryads are all right here. Dryads going to take a lot of damage. What are they doing? Just walking into a horrible spot and now getting splattered. Archmage has level 5. Level 3 Blizzard, or is it level 3 Blizzard? It is going to be indeed. 50 over 60 supply as an expansion finally gets underway. Mountain Giants, another unit I was not expecting to see. They are in fact magic resistant, and by being magic resistant, well, Flame Strike and Blizzard is not going to be very effective against them. Add on top of that the fact that it still does normal damage, meaning that they should be able to take down many of these riflemen. All right, taunting could also be a problem, as well as the Pocket Factory about to get destroyed and taken down. Here, 1 Mountain Giant, 3 Druids of the Cloth, Dryads, Fairy Dragons all underway, 1 Tome of Strength. Goblin Tinker gonna go ahead and teleport back up with the rest of the army, as there is another Mountain Giant there. I got to believe that Test Ricket is actually closer to 80 supply. Yes, he is, and he is not going any higher as the Archmage Rifleman. Here you go. There is a fight right here. A Blizzard raining down, Breath of Fire, Drunken Haze. Is it going to be enough? All of the lines are pretty much melted, as the Archmage unable to get any additional Blizzards off. All right, Scroll of Town Portal being used. Militia now coming back in the other way. Dryad getting taken down. So is a Peasant right there, as the Militia quickly joining in on the fight, only to realize, hey, wait, where's the rest of the armies? Arcane Tower is completed. This army now needs to move across the map incredibly quickly in order to save that expansion. If this expansion goes down, well, things go from bad to worse. Panda out of mana. All right, in comes the rest of the army right here. Good amount of range units, as well as you see a flying machine overhead. Drunken Haze onto 1 Mordor team. There is some more attacks once again, as the Panda now out of mana once more. Clockwork Goblins coming out. Are they going to be able to explode on death? Cause a lot of problems, as the Fairy Dragon just needs to get focused down. There is another heal right there, as we now see some more taunts coming underway. Blizzard now being brained down here, as the only some heroes are in the bad spot. Meanwhile, however, Dryads are actually melting away from the focus fire, and trading very efficiently is ToD. ToD is doing a great spot here as the Goblin Tinker down to 9 hit points. He gets taken down, but he has an Ankh of Reincarnation. Panda is now in a very, very bad spot. Uses a Potion of Healing as well. Ankh of Reincarnation going to come back up here in just a second. Drop another Clockwork, more Clockwork units as more bears could get taken down. Bear is taking a lot of damage here. Is the Archmage going to be able to finish off a bear or two? It does not look like it. There seems to be enough damage right there as we can take a look. More Blizzard coming down. Flame Strike gonna finish off. No, does not finish off that bear. That bear is still regenerating and finally gets away in time. More damage coming across there. Druid of the Claw does have Roar, getting some bonus damage once more. Meanwhile, we're looking at a 27 supply army compared to, I gotta believe, around 55? 69 still. All right. Panda, Flame Strike, units are all trying to get away. Blair gets taken out pretty much instantaneously. Goblin Tinker back into the fight here as the Mountain Giant now dealing some siege damage towards those units. Blood Mage trying to run away, siphon mana away from the Goblin Tinker, out of mana once more. Gonna go ahead and taunt the Mountain Giant. Mountain Giant joining in on the fights again as we could be seeing more and more Riflemen and Mortar teams still trying to finish off those units. Let's take a look. Archmage looking to finish off some of those Fairy Dragons. Fairy Dragons, well, still in a good spot right here. And you can take a look. Only the heroes are getting focused at all. One Mountain Giant absorbing damage slowly but surely. Only 2 to 3 damage per attack. Goblin Tinker can lose more mana, or more importantly, the Druid of the Claw right now. The Druid of the Claw is providing a lot of healing. There's another rejuvenation once more as a Fairy Dragon could get taken out. All right, let's take a look at this. Low hit point Fairy Dragon looks like it will be able to back away. Low hit point Mountain Giant in a bad spot. There's a big Flame Strike, a bunch of clustered units, and the Goblin Tinker forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal as the Panda escapes with 38 hit points. Oh, wow. Big save right here. And somehow ToD is just fighting extremely efficiently. Archmage is at 5. Blood Mage is at 5. Going up against a level 3 Panda now and a level 5 Goblin Tinker. More heals are underway here. Are we perhaps going to see an expansion here? I do not know. No main expansions at the natural expansion location as the Blood Mage still wandering around. Archmage, well, we know what the Archmage is going to look to do. Perhaps pick up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability if it can afford it. And, well, Scroll of Healing, not picking up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. And it may just make its way over and try to Blizzard again. This would buy a little bit of time. The Blood Mage, however, low on mana. Archmage is still sitting across over here, has plenty of mana, needs to figure out how to spend or how to use his gold right now as, well, what's going on? I still really don't know. Blood Mage back at home, ready to defend. You see a lot of Druids of the Claw, 4 of them ready to go once more. Archmage has teleported back off to the north. There is a lumber mill that is quickly going to get stopped as there goes a blizzard. If you want to attack and engage, you have to walk through a blizzard right now in order to get into that spot, as we are looking at perhaps a Flame Strike. Drunken Hate, nope. Siphon mana, no mana on that Panda. A big blizzard across multiple units and a Flame Strike. All of these units are just standing in that horrible spot right now, and it looks as though one wave, one units are getting taken down. Another bear could get taken down. No, just outside of the blizzard wave somehow, but it finally gets taken out again. Clockwork Goblins getting taken down. All of a sudden, 12 supply of bear, 4 or perhaps 16 supplies of bears could get taken out as the Archmage gets up to level 6. Bears continuing to get taken down as a Mountain Giant gets taken out as well. All right, Arcane Tower, is it going to finish off the Goblin Tinker? Yes, it will. And the Archmage still sitting at level 6. Blood Mage just shy of level 6 as well. Are we going to see Phoenix as the ultimate ability? Panda now in a massive run back. Night Elf kicking himself, wondering how did he let this game get away from him. He is up by 5,000 gold mined, but still perhaps behind in terms of supply. 23 supply compared to 39. No, he is still up in terms of army size, but 2 level 6 heroes, well, are going to be causing some problems. All right, are we going to be looking at where is the, what's it called? There is that Phoenix. Phoenix does deal magic damage. All of a sudden, those bears are going to have a very difficult time as we're looking at all of this here. Priest needs to heal himself. Not quite sure why he isn't healing himself, as the Tree of Eternity has picked himself up. Tree of Eternity takes extra damage from that Phoenix right now. There's a Breath of Fire as the Priest is trying to hide in the corner here. Tree of Eternity down to 1,300 hit points. Is it going to end up falling? What? Flame Strike once again as the Archmage, not Staff of Teleportation, Mass Teleport, able to get away with 92 hit points. Alright, that Phoenix is going to slowly burn himself to death. And at that, turn into an egg. Timing on that is going to be key right there. Phoenix egg still sitting right there. He's going to be able to pop back up in just a moment and perhaps start going after some hippogriffs in that exchange. Only one... Oh, did the priest not make it out? It does not look like the priest made it out, but 2 priests are going to get hired back up. Meanwhile, back across here, a new lumber mill being established. All right, there is the attack once more. Hippogriff trying to go up against a Phoenix. Not a good fight, obviously, as the Phoenix, well, gets some free experience for the Archmage and that Blood Mage again. Dryads are all right here. Phoenix has to be very, very careful. Where is it going to next? Is it going to try and land in an appropriate spot? And nope, is going to hide off over here. Meanwhile, back on the other side, Mana Flare, Arcane Towers are going to be able to do some easy damage. Finish off the Pocket Factory again. There it goes. Blood Panda trying to make its way back inside here, but unable to do so because of dual lumber mill. Also, Flame Strike and Blizzard raining down as the Panda gets staffed of preservation back home. All right, where is that egg? Is the egg rejoining on the fight? Yes, you can see that the Phoenix is now back in play again. Phoenix is just trying to back off as the Fairy Dragon taking far too much damage once more. All right, trying to get up, perhaps mining into another location. The Tree of Eternity entangling this gold mine over here at what I'll call the 10 o'clock position. But so far, somehow, ToD has been able to stay ahead of his opponent, even though he has mined significantly less. His army has always been smaller, but the AoE damage on that Archmage and that Blood Mage, even though his opponent's army is mainly consisted of Dryads and Fairy Dragons, he's still able to take out the heroes and those bears. No new Mountain Giants, more Dryads coming in, but the Dryads are incredibly weak to the Mordor teams. Mordor teams will eat them alive. The no fragmentation charge, just the sheer amount of splash damage, and suddenly the Dryads are a bit of a liability as well. Perfect opportunity for another engagement here. One lone rifleman off to the side, unable to get into a good spot. What is going to go down? Unable to save that unit there, as we see, well, Clockwork Goblins getting taken out. Panda now making its way across. What is going to be going down here? Units now making their way all back again. Mordor teams able to finish off that unit as well. The priest should really stop healing this egg. That egg is going to be taking damage anyways. No real reason to lose mana to try and heal that Phoenix at all. Archmage, is it ready to move on out? It is going to go ahead and move out to this side across here. You can only have one Phoenix at a time, as we're going to be looking at the Phoenix attempting to take down this entangled gold mine. Dryads, Fairy Dragon's going to show up to the party and able to poke this apart fairly fast. All right, let's take a look at this Mordor team finishing off all of these trees here. Once those trees are all gone, then the Archmage and the Blood Mage will finally be able to make its way out of this a really bad spot. We could see invisibility into a mass teleportation in just a moment. 48 supply, as the Rifleman now looking to back off here, knows that the fight is here ready to go. Fairy Dragons are here ready to go as well. Another Rifleman. That Rifleman gonna be in a bad spot, needs to get back home. Dryads are all right there. Guard towers are in position, and a free kill onto a Rifleman right there, as the guard towers are now poking across. Rifleman gonna head back down to the south here, perhaps finish off some of these critical buildings and then be able to just teleport back. Is that all part of the plan? That is going to be the major question, as the Clockwork Goblins are just running out in mass. Archmage, where's it going? I don't see anything as of yet. Hippogriff off to the side. Army here, ready to go. Mountain Giant in that front line. 48 supply compared to 71. A 20 supply discrepancy, but it is still not enough for ToD to give up. Fairy Dragons now making their way out here. All right, let's take a look. Fairy Dragon is going to get taken out. Almost taken out there as we now see Blizzard raining down, finishing off the Pocket Factory in quick fashion. Meanwhile, an invisible rifleman already slowly walking out here. If the Night Elf holds on to this expansion, I do not believe ToD is going to be able to do enough. Where did he go? Teleported off to the other side. And we're going to see all of the units head across here in just a second. All right, are they ready to go? Phoenix going to make its way over. Going to go ahead and engage. And this is the power of being able to be everywhere at once with mass teleport. Archmage, Blizzard, Flame Strike. How quickly can you take out that Tree of Life? As you can see, all the damage melt. Teleport going to go ahead and just get underway. Even gets a round of attack. Teleports to the other side. Goblin Shredder now going to get taken down. As we look at, well, another Scroll of Town Portal. Are we going to perhaps... No, it's just a Staff of Preservation. Oh, you're going to give up that Goblin Tinker. That was not truly a Blizzard, as we now see an Uproot right there. All right, Flame Strike coming across. Goblin Tinker is in serious trouble. Mass Teleport again, as the Goblin Tinker uses a Potion of Healing. Now they all just teleport off to this corner instead. No Rifleman to teleport back to this time around. This Rifleman trying to hide. This Tree of Eternity uprooted itself to take less damage from the Mordor teams, as the Goblin Tinkers are now once again in a frantic run. Archmage here, double Scrolls of Healing. We still see more mining happening over here. Usage of items incredibly important. There is a flare once more. All of these wisps should actually be trying to go inside the gold mine again, but there's only 2 minutes of mining left. All right, Pocket Factory here, ready to go. Are they going to try and engage? Oh, teleporting to the other side. Riflemen are all here. Flame Strike could go down. There's the Blizzard, a whole bunch of dead wisp in pretty much a second, as it was a complete bait by ToD. All right, Tree of Eternity could be in trouble here. Archmage, Staff or Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away and able to pick itself up and move away. What is going on here? The Tree of Eternity is going to have to be forced to eat some trees, as this gold mine will probably finish mining and then just transfer some wisp over, since this Tree of Eternity has yet to entangle this mine here. Another expansion coming in from the Night Elf, this time in the center location, ToD's what I would call natural expansion, as the Riflemen are still moseying on out. All right, if these wisps get taken down, that is going to be a heavy setback. 61 supply now compared to 50. But ToD is still in great control of this game. Blood Mage wandering around. Mordor is still being added here. You can see guard towers are all in position. Archmage does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Is it going to be able to finish off those remaining units as the Phoenix is still overhead here? All right, in comes the Mountain Giants. Mountain Giants going to try and just take down this Town Hall. Are we going to perhaps see the death of a Tree of Life first? If this Tree of Life gets taken out first, that could pretty much be it. There goes the Tree of Life, and now the Wisp are going to have a bit of problems as well. There's Mass Detonation. Archmage now backing off. Does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Could it perhaps try and Scroll of Town Portal? No, Mass Teleport right now. Mass Repairs. There you go. Phoenix is up in the air as the Goblin Tinker is trying to finish off this Town Hall. Arcane Towers, Guard Towers, Blizzard across all of the Mountain Giants and all of these units up in the front. The Town Hall has been destroyed, but the Panda lost in the process. Archmage now at level 7. Goblin Tinker escapes at level 5. As the Pocket Factory will now be shut down. Mass Teleport back to the other side. Rifleman is right there. Here you go. As you see the engagements happening and getting underway. All right, all of those Mountain Giants trying to go after all of those units here. Blizzard, Flame Strike, attempting to take down the Tree of Eternity. Mordor teams could easily get some splash damage onto some of those units as well, as the Sorceresses are taking damage. Phoenix is still up in the air, unable to attack back against all of those Dryads, as the Mordor teams are now taken down. Goblin Tinker at level 6. I forget the name of that mode, but he now does... Well, he should actually be dealing siege damage, as opposed to just heroic damage, and he's also now a mechanical unit who can be repaired by Wisp. Back down at the other end, and no expansion here at all. What you see is what you get, and what you have is a 27 supply army compared to a 37. ToD has taken the lead, as we do see a couple of Wisps still mining off in this gold mine here. All right, more mining at the natural expansion of ToD. Archmage. Is he going to realize this and try and take this down? We are now coming across the 39-minute of this game as the Mordor teams are going to finish off this Tree of Life here in just a second. Tree of Life taking a lot of damage once more, trying to get it finished off. Meanwhile, you can see that the Goblin Tinker is wandering around here, getting in some big damage across some of these units, but, well, not much can really be done here. It does have fortified armor, so it is very difficult to take out, but the Mordor teams, should it have fortified armor? No, I don't believe it has fortified armor. It still shows heroic armor, but then again, it does still show heroic damage as well. All right, last Tree of Eternity about to get taken down. A bunch of teleports or a bunch of detonations happening right there. Blizzard or Brilliance Aura is at level 3. Archmage regenerating a lot of mana at this point. Perhaps we'll see the Phoenix jump into the air again as the Spellbreakers now make their way down to the south. Can the Goblin Tinker finish this game off all by himself? I do not believe so. There are simply too many units for ToD, as ToD is now just making his way out across the map, could easily finish off these Ancients of War, and looking for some other easy units and targets. Altar of Elders about to be destroyed. Well, Mordor team's about to get taken down as well. What's happening over here? Wisp gonna get taken down. There it goes. And ToD over here with 41 minutes into this game looks like he will be able to finish off his opponent, as the Ents all getting up to try and finish off their opponent. All the Moonwells are now gone. No more additional healing. Fairy Dragons trying to engage and fight back. This Phoenix, I do not believe, has ever died. Just always turned into an egg and rehatched. Let's take a look at this. Ancient of Wind now taken down. Goblin Tinker is slowed. He is not, as he is trying to run back, and that is going to be the game. A beautiful game right here as we're taking a look. All the units trying to run back here, and that is it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Resource score showing how much more the Night Elf actually mined, but still unable to take the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.